At Bromwich and Smith, we hope you haven't heard of us, because we hope you haven't had to deal with mounting debt. But if you are starting to feel debt's pressure, our hope is to provide you with hope. Bromwich and Smith is a licensed insolvency trustee committed to providing debt relief. To learn about Consumer Proposals, a flexible, federally protected alternative to bankruptcy, visit bromwichandsmith.com, spelt BROMWICH and Smith.com.
Lie about everything. They all got secret money, and they're all doing the exact one fucking thing that the husband says not to do when he goes to work.
Yep.
That's the first thing they fucking do as soon as the door closes, and then they get caught and they fuck it all up, and he's got to pay out a bunch of money. That was all Lucy. That's the whole concept of the show, is I'm going to fucking lie to my husband about everything, and it's going to cost him a tremendous amount of money.
Constantly.
And that was hilarious comedy. Best show ever made. Except for the Honeymooners, where it's just fucking domestic violence every week for half an hour.
The one thing I could never understand about that show is like the best episode, which is where they were making those like little chocolate rum ball things.
On Lucy?
Yeah, I could never understand. Where did they come up with the idea, the money, the know-how, and the skill to set up a fucking conveyor belt?
What?
Like, I mean, even back then, that shit wasn't cheap, and it's not exactly like you just go to the corner store and buy a fucking conveyor belting system. You know what I mean?
You know how fucking subversive it was for her to have a Cuban husband, though?
Well, yeah, no, that was a big deal.
That was cool as shit. And he was not, like, cool in real life. Like, he wasn't popular. Because he was fucking Cuban and they were communists.
Yeah, that's right.
You had the Cuban Missile Crisis going on. There's a good idea. Let's put a Cuban man on the #1 fucking sitcom. That'll go over great.
But it did, ironically. Because he was a safe Cuban.
Actually, the old, there's an old, they started on the radio. And if you can ever hear those old radio shows, if you can hear theirs, it's actually really fucking funny.
Is it really? I had no idea.
There's another one I really loved. Those used to be on every night. And there's one I really like called Our Miss Brooks. And it must have been just fucking crazy at the time. But it's like this teacher, and she's divorced. She's like young, and she's really hot, and she's divorced. Like all her students have a crush on her and shit. But you just think in like the 50s and 60s, you couldn't be divorced. That must have been a crazy cool show. Like,
yeah, no doubt.
And fucking Groucho Marx had a bunch of game shows.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, I knew that.
It was.
You know, I was watching. I love watching the Game Network. Because later at nights they show good movies with like not a whole lot of commercial breaks, and the commercials are always put in the best spots. Not like in the middle of an action sequence, which is what this other show thing does.
That should be fucking mandatory, I think. But
I agree.
Like, some of those like cable networks, they just throw a commercial like if the show is 44 minutes and it's supposed to have 4 commercials, they just divide them evenly. It doesn't matter where.
Yeah.
Be right in the middle of like the Rocky IV speech.
Well, there's this one channel called Rewind. It's all like. It's called Classic Rewind, so it's like all older movies in the sense, right? Like shit from like it's great because they show a lot of great movies on there, but the commercials are always put in the most inappropriate places, and when they're supposed to be like certain movies even have that spot where a commercial will go in perfectly. They don't put it there ever. It's never. You see the spot, the scene fades out, then it comes in, it's a new scene, a different day or something like that. No, there's your perfect spot. No. We're going to wait until the middle of a car chase scene.
That's why I stress about it so much on our show. Like, I don't want to put it in like the middle of a cool rant or something.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Hey, you do the CERB thing, right?
Yeah.
You have to reapply every time?
Yeah. Well, not necessarily reapply, but you have to it's every 2 weeks you have to just basically go in and do it. It takes like 5 minutes. If you earned any money, you just have to say how much you earned in each week. And then, because what I did with mine, because I got a bunch of payments in July, if I get CERB for August, I'm not going to receive anything for August because I received money for July.
Gotcha.
So they sent me an extra check. So they sent me the check to cover July. So I have extra money. And then next month, so this month, I'm not going to get fuck all out of them.
So they extended it again.
Yeah, it's until October 1st, I think.
19th. They extended
October
it again.
19th? Oh, Jesus.
But I got the one check. I'm going for another. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
I'll just keep taking them. As long as they keep giving them, I'll take them.
Well, you should have received a letter from them that has an access code.
No, I didn't get that shit.
That you're supposed to get like before you got or just after you got your first check. They would still send you that sometime. No. And that's got your access code. Without that access code, you can't do anything.
That's not true. I couldn't have applied for the first time without the access code then.
No. The first time you do it and you apply, and then they send you, because they set your account up, and then on that one, but every time when you go to log in to update your account, like to update what you're doing, what you've done for the previous 2 weeks or whatever, that's when they ask for your access code.
Yeah, but you're not me.
Oh, no, I'm not.
You don't have the BC Services app. And
no, I do not.
It just you can log into any of your government accounts, CRA, like federal or provincial. Just by clicking a button.
See, mine said it had the option. If you set yourself up for the direct payment, you can just log in with basically through your bank. Nope, never can. I always got to use the access code every time. So I'm like, whatever. One piece of paper I always keep handy. Is every time I got to use a fucking thing.
Be sure you're still eligible. Of course I'm still eligible. Why would I be applying if I wasn't eligible?
Nope, not eligible anymore.
Oh, it says reapply every 4 weeks.
Is it every 4?
I'm fucking applying right now. Son of a bitch. Return or repay a payment. Yeah, everyone clicks on that one. Oh, I got this government money by mistake. I'd like to repay it as soon as possible. No.
So I'm glad I didn't send that money back because I wouldn't be getting any at all. I'd be right screwed. Remember when I was worried about that?
Oh yeah, no, you're screwed anyway.
Yeah. Not as screwed.
Not as screwed. Keep getting your payments. How do I keep getting it? Fuck you. I better not do this. Let's do a show. Okay. I thought this was like an easy thing I could do. I forget how I did it last time. It was like 2 questions. They're like, apply for CERB. I'm like, yes. They're like, do you need CERB? I'm like, yes. They're like, checks in the mail.
Yeah, well, that was basically it for the beginning.
This is Eric and
your rewind, like I said, there's like 5 questions or something like that. And if you have nothing to fill in, you got nothing to fill in. But if you do, then you got to fill in the cash amount.
Never have anything to fill in. Hi there. Happy Thursday. August 13th, 2020. I'm Eric, talking at you once again from Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, where I had a good intro and I don't fucking remember it now. It was damn funny, though. I'll think of it in a few minutes. Hi, guys. Sorry, I had something and I totally don't. It has been such a fuck show of a day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading our show, guys. That is absolutely super cool. Our numbers are just like I thought for a while. I was getting disappointed with our numbers, but no longer.
All types of happy now.
So very, very big thanks to everybody for your engagement. I really appreciate it. Kick off the show right away before I say hi to Gord. I want to say, hey, history doesn't care about your optimism on the History Uncensored podcast. Haven't listened to that one yet. Looking forward to it. Hey, Gord.
Hey, Eric.
What's going on, buddy?
Not a whole lot of fuck all. Still sick of this fucking heat bullshit. Wish that would stop.
Yeah. I don't because I'm not looking forward to cold. It's already getting to that time of year where you got to start thinking about cold.
Oh, it can't get here fast enough.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Minus fucking 50. Come on, baby.
So I am, for the uninitiated, I'm back in a motel Again. Here's something that I have denied recently, and I hate myself. But there's one rule, out of all the rules I give you guys on this show, there's one rule that doesn't change. It's the one thing in life. People say death and taxes. No, that shit can change. There's one thing in life that never, ever changes. Ever. It's totally reliable. If something seems too good to be true, it absolutely fucking is every goddamn time.
Yep. 100%.
And for the last 2 months, I've been chasing this fucking carrot on a stick. And look at me now. I bought myself another week anyway. So you have me for a week, and then who knows, I'll probably die in a gutter somewhere. Or COVID. I don't know. Something.
COVID.
I'm revamping our website, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know. So check out ericagord.live later on, after today. It'll be different. Anyone who's ever gone there, which is, I think, me and 3 other people. Other than that, I don't have a hell of a lot to tell you guys about. That's it. Hey, buy my book. It's on Amazon.com. It's called The Only Bad Thing That Ever Happened at the Bourbon Hotel. It is $9.99 in America. And I've had 2 requests to start working on an audio version, so I believe I will be doing that soon.
That's awesome.
So the audio book will be available there on the Kindle. Amazon.com.ca.uk. Whatever the fuck, wherever you are, it's for sale in your country, and I get paid in your dollars. So please, check it out. It's a good little book. I held it today for the first time ever.
I saw the picture.
Yeah, it was my friend Tracy's. I'm not going to buy one. When the fuck would I buy my book? I know what it's about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you know how that one ends, eh?
I'm like, I just looked. I'm like, because it's $13 in Canada. I'm like, I'm not giving $13 to that guy.
Fucking E. Brennan Hunt. What the hell is that?
Right? I got to change that too, apparently. I've been warned. You can't use that name. Pretty sure I can.
I'm pretty sure I'm fucking going to.
Before we get on to a bunch of news I don't believe in, I want to let the world know, you wouldn't believe I'm in a motel in lovely Lake Country, British Columbia, which is actually just Winfield, but they changed it to Lake Country, but nobody really changed it. So if you say Lake Country, people look at you weird. I don't know what the fucking thing is out here. BC's a fucked up place. I am in a smoking hotel room.
I still can't believe that exists. That's so cool.
I haven't done it yet, but I'm planning on it. I'm very. It's like I just can't. Like I keep looking at the first thing I walk in the room. It smells like shit. By the way, everybody, if you've never had the pleasure of a smoking room, you'll never know this smell. It's terrible, and I love smoking. I'm a very consummate smoker, and I hate the smell. It's terrible. But it was really weird walking in and seeing an ashtray. It's just something you don't see anymore.
Very true.
And there's just an ashtray in the middle of the table, and I was like, no fucking way. It's like legit a smoking room.
Interesting fact about smoking, by the way, for you. And this, I just learned this today. I thought this was fascinating.
It actually has vitamin C in it, and they've been wrong all these years.
There's that.
That would be.
But if you've ever been on,
it wasn't cigarettes this whole time that was causing cancer. It was just like being shitty to your kids or something.
Yeah. Every time you hit your kids, you get a little piece of cancer in you.
It wasn't the cigarettes. They cure COVID.
This is American specifically, because the Canadian flights don't have this. But on American flights, every single American airline has an ashtray in the bathroom. And that ashtray has to be there. Even though you're not allowed to smoke, you can't smoke anywhere, anything else, it has to be there. And every 3 months, or if the seal gets broken on, there's like a little seal thing on it, if that seal gets broken, then it has to be replaced within 2 weeks. Otherwise, the plane is grounded.
They, when they first instituted the no smoking rules here in British Columbia, in bars and restaurants, there was still a thing in the fire code where if you lit up, If you just defiantly lit up, they had to bring you